In this week's Accordance Mobile Minute, I want to take a moment to show you a feature of the verse chooser that may not be immediately apparent to new users of the software. The verse chooser is that icon in the top left-hand side of the screen that looks like some dots with some lines next to it, and this allows us to go anywhere else in the software. So for instance, I can touch this icon, and that brings up a list of all the verses in this particular version of the Bible. And so I can go here, I can click on Exodus, I can go down here and I can scroll through the different chapters. I can go to chapter 20 and I can go to verse 1. If I want to access the verse chooser in a different type of format, I can actually change that between a list of the books of the Bible and a grid. In order to do that, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click on the library icon in the bottom left-hand corner. And then I'm going to hit the gear icon, which is the third icon at the very bottom row. That takes us to our settings. Then I'm going to click on Text Display. And in Text Display, I'll scroll to the bottom and you see Verse Chooser at the very bottom. I'm going to switch from List to Grid. So after I switch from List to Grid, I'm going to hit Save in the top right. And then I'm going to close everything out and take myself back to the biblical text. Now, when I select the Verse Chooser, notice that it has a grid. And so from the grid, I can choose the book, chapter, and verse that I want, and it takes me right there. Now, one interesting feature about this is that Verse Chooser will change based on the type of versified text that you're looking at. So for instance, if I go to my library icon, and let's say for instance I want to go down to the JPS with Strong's. The JPS is based on the Hebrew Bible, and so if I go to the Verse Chooser here, notice that it only brings up books from the Hebrew Bible, and notice that they're also in the order of the Hebrew Bible from Genesis to 2 Chronicles. Let's look at another one. If I go to my list again, and this time maybe I'll pull up something like Josephus. The Verse Chooser changed just to those titles that are in Josephus. So again, the Verse Chooser is very flexible, and you can customize it so that it will work as a list or a grid. That's this week's Mobile Minute.